Hello friends, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to learn how to create EC2 instance from AWS Management Console. We are going to create an EC2 instance, connect with the EC2 instance, and at the end of this video, we are going to terminate the EC2 instance. Let's get started. Enter aws.amazon.com. Let's log into the AWS Management Console. For that, you can click here or you can click here. This is the login page. Let's click another sign in button. We get the same login page. I'm going to log in as a root user. So I have selected root user option and I'm going to enter the root user email address. Click next. Enter the password. Click sign in. This is the console home page. From here you can change the region. I will go with this region. To create EC2 instance, there are multiple ways. You can click this EC2 link on this page. You get this page. From here you can launch the instance. There are other ways also to get to this page. Let's see. Click services. Click compute and click EC2. You get to the same page. Or let me go back. Or you can search EC2 here and click this. Okay, so you got the same page. Click launch instance, or you can click this instances. Under instances, let's click this. Okay, and click launch instances. So this is launch instance page. Amazon EC2 allows you to create virtual machines or instances that runs on the AWS cloud. Okay, so let's give a name to this instance. Test instance 1. Okay, in this section we choose an AMI, which is Amazon Machine Image. Basically we choose an operating system in this section, but it is not only the operating system, it is more than that. An AMI is a template that contains the software configuration, which includes operating system, application server, and other necessary applications which are required to launch the instance. And these are different AMIs available. Okay, and you can browse more AMIs from here. These are the different AMIs you can see here. You can check this box to see the free tier eligible AMIs. So all these AMIs are free tier eligible. So I am going to choose an AMI. I am going to choose this one. Microsoft Windows 2019. Now you have to choose an instance type. This is free tier eligible instance. You can see more instances from here. So these are the different instances available based on the instance type, number of CPUs, and other configuration, memory, storage, and so on. Okay, so you can choose instance from here also, but I'm going back. Let me click cancel and I'm going to choose from this list. So you can find instance types from this list also. Okay, so I'm going to choose this one because this is free tier eligible. Okay, so in this section we create key pair login information. You can use a key pair to securely connect to your instance. So to connect to your instance you will need the key pair. For that, click create new key pair. Okay, and give the name, and this is okay, RSA and .pem is okay. Click create key pair. Okay, so it has been created. Save this file because you will need this later to connect to your instance. So let's move on to the network settings section. So this is network settings section, and this is the default VPC, which is virtual private cloud. Okay, you can change the number of instances from here. Okay, it's up to you. You can check and select availability zone from here. For that you have to click this edit button. You can view and change other network settings also by clicking this edit button. I am going with the default network settings. Let's move on to the firewall security group. If you want to see more information, you can click here. Security group is nothing but a firewall. Okay, a security group is a set of firewall rules that control the traffic for your instance. So from the security group, you create a rule to allow or disallow the inbound and outbound traffic who are trying to access your instance. Okay, so you can create new security group or you can select existing security group. You can control the traffic from here. Anywhere is selected by default. Let me show you the options. Anywhere, custom and my IP. If I choose my IP, I can access the instance with my IP only. If I use anywhere, so anybody in the internet, anybody can access the instance. For now, I am going with this anywhere option. And when you select anywhere here, it shows this warning message. Rules with source of this IP address allow all IP addresses to access your instance. We recommend setting security group rules to allow access from known IP address only. So this is the warning message you get when you select anywhere. Okay, let's check this and this. Okay, allow HTTPS traffic from the internet, allow HTTP traffic from the internet. Okay, so these two traffic should be allowed to access the web application or web server. Okay, again, if you want to see the firewall settings and configuration, or if you want to add or remove the security groups, you can click this edit button. I am going with the default settings. Let's move on to the next section. So this is configure storage section. In this section, you can configure the storage for the instance called EBS storage. EBS is elastic block storage. You can change the storage volume from here. The maximum storage allowed for free tier configuration is 30 GB. It is showing a message here. Free tier eligible customers can get up to 30 GB of EBS general purpose SSD or magnetic storage. Okay, so let's see the advanced detail also. So in the advanced detail, There are a lot of configuration and you can make changes according to your need. Let me tell you some important and common configurations which you should be aware of. So shutdown behavior, it is stop by default. You can select terminate also, but if you terminate, all your data will be deleted. So you have to make sure if you want to terminate or stop. So I will leave it stop, which is a default option. And talking about termination protection, this protects you from accidental termination. It has enable and disable options. When you terminate, you delete your instance permanently, and at the same time, you permanently lose your data in the instance. We might click termination unknowingly or by mistake. To avoid termination in such situations, we have to enable this option. So I am choosing enable option over here. And you can see the summary from here. Okay, you can change the number of instances from here, right, like this. Okay, and these are other information in this instance. This is the AMI we have chosen. Okay, this is the instance type. Okay, this is the security group, and this is the storage volume we have chosen 30 GB. Okay, and there are other information here also. Okay, let's click launch instance. And you can see the launch log from here. Okay, and if you click the instances, the instance state is pending. You can click this link for instance ID and you get the instance information from here. Let's go back, and it is still pending. You can check this box to see the instance. This is another way to see the instance information. And now it is in running status. And if you see on the right side, there are more information for the instance. Okay, so this is the instance name. You can change the instance name if you want. So now let's connect to this instance. Click connect. Okay, let's connect through RDP client. So for that, click download remote desktop file. Okay, let me copy this to this folder where we saved the key. Okay, let me double click this. Click connect. So it needs a password. Okay, for that, let's go back and scroll down. Click get password. Click upload private key file. Open the folder in which we have saved the login key file and select the file. Click open. Click decrypt password. Okay, so I got this password. Let me copy this password. This is the password. Let me copy again. Open the previous pop-up and enter this password. Click OK. Click yes on this pop-up. Remote desktop connection. This is the window for the EC2 instance. So we have successfully connected to the EC2 instance. Let me close this window. It is showing a message. Your remote session will be disconnected. Click OK. Let's go back to the instance. The instance is running. Now let's see how to stop or terminate the instance. For that, select the instance. Click Instance State and you can stop or you can terminate. Okay. So I'm going to terminate this. Before terminating the instance, AWS shows this message. According to the message, when you terminate, your instance will be terminated or deleted permanently and you will lose your data in the instance. That is why it is asking a question here. Are you sure you want to terminate this instance? I am going to terminate this instance. There is termination protection which we had enabled earlier. This is to protect the instance when you accidentally or unknowingly click the termination. So to terminate this instance, we have to disable this protection. Let's click terminate and see what happens. So I am getting this error message, failed to terminate the instance because the termination protection is on. So to terminate this instance, first we have to disable the termination protection. For that, click Action, okay, Instance Setting, change termination protection, okay. Uncheck this box which will disable the protection and click Save. So you see the message, successfully removed termination protection. The instance can be terminated. Let me go and terminate the instance. Click Instance State and click Terminate Instance. Okay. You can see the termination protection is disabled. Click Terminate. Okay. Now it is showing shutting down. Let's wait for some time. Now it is showing terminated. Okay. So in this video, we created an EC2 instance, connected with the EC2 instance and terminated the EC2 instance. Let me log out from the AWS Management Console. That is all in this video. Thank you for watching.